Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, me and my daughter, she's going to be off camera, I'm going to be on camera. We're going to be doing Am I the A-hole stories. We'll do the first one. Okay. Do you want to start or do I want to?
You read this one.
I'll read this one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go on a double honeymoon? I, 33 male, used to be married to my best friend, we'll call her Callie, 33 female. I'm gay, she's a lesbian. We grew up in a conservative town in the deep south, and coming out was not really an option. So when we were 20, we got married. It was a way to avoid questions and stay safe. We moved out of state a few years later. We got divorced soon after. There was no drama. We were always just friends, and we stayed close. We still hang out regularly. I recently married my husband, Miguel, 30 male. A couple of months later, Callie married her wife, Bree, 34 male. Both weddings were low
34 female.
Oh, 34 female. My bad, guys. So sorry. Both weddings were low-key. While Miguel and Bree aren't close, they're friendly enough to where when we're all together. A week ago, Callie suggested the four of us take a trip together as a kind of a double honeymoon. She thought it would be meaningful since we've known each other for so long and have been through a lot together. She had a couple destinations in mind and said it would be fun to celebrate this new chapter side by side. I told her I appreciated the thought, but Miguel and I weren't really comfortable with that. We're planning for a small trip for just the two of us. We'd rather keep it that way. It's not personal. It's just something we want to experience privately. Callie didn't take it well. She said it felt like I was distancing myself. Now that I got what I wanted, she felt like I was distant. Now that I got what I wanted and brought up how we had each other's backs for years. I told her I didn't mean to hurt her, but I think we're allowed to want our own space as a couple. Now things are a little tense. Bree messaged me to say she gets it, but Callie's upset and feels like I brushed her off. I'm wondering if I was too blunt or should I... Now I'm wondering if I was too blunt or
I should have handled it differently.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to do a honeymoon?
No.
You're not, because a lot of people want to do it differently, and that's okay. So I feel like with this one, I don't know who you are, but I feel like you're definitely not the asshole for this. Because like I said, a lot of people do have private lives and want to do stuff privately versus having to do like that double thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because like you said, it's more meaningful to do it like how you want to do it. So I feel like you're not the a-hole.
I'll just say you weren't too blunt, that's all. So no, you're not in the wrong.
Okay. Alright, go ahead. My daughter's choosing one now. She's doing it off camera, guys.
Am I in the wrong for telling a woman to keep her comments to herself in an elevator? This happened earlier today. I was waiting for the elevator in my office building. The doors opened. No one was directly in front of me, so I stepped in. A woman and an elderly couple were just behind me, but I hadn't seen or heard them until after I got on. As soon as I stepped in, the woman complained out loud that I didn't let her on first. I was caught off guard, but I apologized and said there was plenty of room for everyone, so it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't trying to cut anyone off. I genuinely didn't notice anyone behind me. She got on with the couple, but kept going, saying how rude I was, how I had no manners, how people like me or what's wrong these days, stuff like that. This went on for at least a minute, maybe more, and eventually I snapped a bit. I raised my voice and said, could you just keep your comments to yourself? She went quiet, but the old couple sort of whispered something to her and gave me a look. Now I'm wondering if I just confirmed whatever idea they had about me, like maybe I was actually the jerk here. I honestly didn't mean to offend anyone. I just wanted to ride the elevator in peace. So am I in the wrong for finally telling her to be quiet? No. I don't think you're in the wrong for telling her. That's like my opinion on it. But I don't think you were in the wrong. Like, I mean, other people could have opinions on it, and that's their opinions, but that my opinion... Just give your own opinion. Don't think about it.
I feel like you weren't in the wrong.
Yeah. Pick a story, Mom.
Well, give me a second. Not done. Okay, so we'll do... Okay. Am I the a-hole for asking a stranger to mute his phone on the bus? Here, let me take this off because
Yeah, please do.
I was just on a long haul bus for 4 hours straight, assigned seating and nearly full, so I couldn't switch seats. This man in the seat next to me had his phone up and was scrolling through Instagram watching reels with the sound on. Not really obnoxiously loud, mind you, but loud enough to hear the sound clearly since I was sitting right next to him. Normally, I'll not do anything. I'll try not to do anything, but the thought of potentially 4 hours of this was just too much to take. I asked him if he would mind muting the phone or just using headphones. He got really upset and told me he'd never been asked to mute his phone in public before. Then he said he didn't have any headphones and how was he supposed to hear the videos of the sound was off. I told him that he wouldn't be able to hear them, and neither would I, which would be kind of the point. He then proceeded to ask me several times why I hadn't said please when I asked him. I was told that I asked him respectfully if he wouldn't mind muting the phone, but I'd be happy to add please now, and did. He was visibly upset and kept grumbling for a long time,
For the longest time.
but he did keep the phone muted after that. Am I the a-hole here?
I feel like you
No.
should have just lowered it. That's all.
Yeah, like my daughter said, if you would have lowered it, I feel like
That's it.
basically he's respecting you because he lowered it. But at the same time, you're not wrong, because I'm the type, like, for me, in my opinion, if you're right next to me and your phone's loud and I'm like just like I don't know what your situation was, like if you were tired or whatever, I would ask that person, like, even if you don't say please, like, because you said you didn't say please at first. I think I read that right. You respectfully asked him, hey, can you turn that down? So you're definitely not the a-hole here. You agree? My daughter agrees. Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
Am I in the wrong? I don't want my mom FaceTiming my kids until she visits. My mom just got off probation and completely lied about where she was going to go after she got off. She told me she was moving from Florida to North Carolina and then ghosted me for about a week and wound up at my sister's apartment in Indiana. She's been raving about how much fun she's having with her other granddaughter, my sister's kid, and hasn't seen mine over a year. I also have a 2-month-old that she has never even met, and I've been begging her to come visit my kids. I'm annoyed because I had no idea where she was for a bit. She ignored every text message I sent, and then here's the kicker. I invited her this day for my daughter's birthday, and instead of coming here, she went and spent it with her other granddaughter. I don't want to let her talk to my kids anymore for FaceTime until she visits, because I feel like she's prioritizing one grandchild and not the rest. To add, she sees my sister's kid at least twice a year, and she's only met my 3-year-old once. She insists on FaceTime my 3-year-old every single day, but it feels forced because what kind of relationship do they really have behind the screen? And then as far as my 2-month-old goes, I feel like she should be building a relationship as soon as possible. That's just my opinion, though. So am I in the wrong?
No. Because I 100% agree with you. You can't favor one grandchild over the other. Like, if you said you want to be there for your grandchild, be there for her, not just over the phone, because, like, that's really, you're not really physically being there for that grandchild. You're just trying to be there over the phone, and that's not really a good thing. I mean, sometimes it is, like, if you do, like, live way far away, okay, I understand that. But if you're close enough to where you can travel to see your grandchild instead of being over the phone, do it that way. So definitely, girl, you're not the a-hole on how you feel about that. Now, the grandparent, I feel like she kind of is, because if she's favoring, like I said, one grandchild over the other, that's kind of messed up. You agree? I disagree. Okay, my daughter agrees.
I'm gonna do like probably 10. So we've done 3 so far.
Okay. Okay, so am I the a-hole for not fixing a wrecked gift truck from 12 years ago? TLDR. I, 30 Mel, wrecked my first truck at 17. It was a gift for for hours worked. Now my dad wants to pay me to get it fixed, and he won't let me have my dirt bike. It's in my name with the state. Back in 2011, I was given a 20-year-old truck with 300K miles as payment for working at the family business almost every day for 3 years without pay. I wrecked it a few months later, not paying attention. It needs a new front end, a radiator, etc., etc. At the time, yeah. At the time, probably like 1.5K work at the shop, but I couldn't earn money because I had to work for free at the family business after school and on weekends. Okay. Dad said I had to pay to fix it and that I was just borrowing it before he had said it was mine. I had already paid to fix it. I had already paid to fix the transmission. Sorry. The way he words this is like I'm jumbling.
Just read what it says.
I also was given a dirt bike as a birthday present from when I was 6. As I grew, Dad would trade it for another used bike a little bigger. Once I was a teenager, I had to pay for everything associated with the bike. My current bike is illegally titled in my name, but I didn't have anywhere to store it, so Dad said no problem, he'd hold on to it. Now I have somewhere to store the bike, but he won't let me pick it up until I pay him for the truck I wrecked 12 years ago. He really just stopped talking, period. Not that we had a great relationship before, though. I know I could probably use law enforcement to make him hand over the bike, but then he'll never talk to me again. And he also got sole custody of my 9-year-old sister, whom I really don't want to never see again.
Okay.
What
happened to your 9-year-old?
I know. I'm like right there. I'm like questioning. Like,
I'm confused.
I think I'm probably just gonna never pay for the truck and never pick up my bike. I don't want to rock the boat over a 2.5K dirt bike.
I want to know about the kid.
Yeah. First of all, what's with the second to the last thing?
I'm
with
confused about the sister.
Like, do you want to see your sister or you don't want to see your sister?
Don't want to see
like that. That's a genuine question for that one. Okay, but
he did want to see his sister.
If the dirt bike is in your name and there's the title in your name, then it's definitely yours. So, yeah. But if you did wreck a truck, okay, I get it. You weren't paying attention or something happened. You know what I mean? Accidents happen.
Yeah.
But no. I'm not saying that because
this goes the route I think.
No. But I forget who in my family wrecked something and then they had to pay somebody back. So yes, if that truck was like a family thing, like it was in your dad's name, because I don't know if that truck was in your name or your dad's name, you should pay for that. Like, do something, you know what I mean? Oh, it's got a little dark on our video. Do something, you know what I mean? But as for the dirt bike, he shouldn't keep it from you because it's in your name.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, I can't really say who's the a-hole here in this situation.
I don't know.
Because I really can't give my opinion on this one. Just because I'm like, I don't know, is what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, I'm like, I just, oh, man. Like, maybe put some money towards it. Ask him if it's okay to put some money towards it. But if you can't really afford the whole thing, then maybe the dad should pay for some of the stuff to fix the truck too. I hate to say it, but he should give you your dirt bike though, because it's in your name, if I read that correctly. Sound about right? Okay.
Yes.
That's our opinion on it.
I'm so confused about the sister unless she did something.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what happened to this?
It depends on what the sister did.
Yeah, no. I'm just curious because I'm like, who says that? So if this is your story, I'm so sorry, but that's just our opinions because we're like, what? Because I don't know if you, like, I don't know. That was just like the way it slid in there. I'm like, what? I got it aimed towards me more so that way, you know. There we go. Hold on, she's trying to find a story, guys. How many was that so far?
3.
3? Yeah.
If I'm right. Well, we both went 2 times. Or 4.
I don't remember. But we'll do a couple because we're already up to like 14 minutes in the video, so you're fine. We can stop whenever. And if you like us doing more of this on our channel, please let us know, and we'll do more of these.
Found one.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I in the wrong for telling partner I have had enough of his birthday celebrations? My partner's birthday fell on a Tuesday this year, so he decided to kick off the celebrations a week early. Why? We had a happy hour with friends on Friday, brunch on Saturday, and a pool party on Sunday. Then, on his actual birthday, he wants to go out to dinner at his favorite restaurant, of course with friends. I'm exhausted of entertaining, coordinate, and cooking. His main birthday gift is a pretty awesome trip, but since we're leaving 2 days after his birthday, I don't think it quite feels like a birthday present to him. He wasn't thrilled with the food at the pool party and said he would have done something else instead. I was very upset because friends helped decorate and someone baked a cake, etc. I may have said some things in the moment about how much effort everyone's putting in and how entitled he was coming across. Am I in the wrong for calling him out as selfish and self-centered?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that because no, like, wow.
No, I think your partner's a little, stupid.
So, yeah, like, you're definitely not the a-hole. I mean...
Because why would you do it? I get people are excited, okay?
Yeah, you can be excited for a birthday, like you said.
Look, don't come at me for this, but if you're celebrating it a week early, it is a little weird.
Or, like, I could see, like, yeah, like, a week early. Like, I don't get how some people do that. Like, don't come at me for the comment. But
So
please. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes I feel like it is a little weird. Like, unless you have, like, a work-related stuff to where you can't celebrate it the week of or, like, the day of, and you have to celebrate it a week before. But you're definitely not the a-hole, but also it's just, like, I get it, where it's just, like, you're so, like, over stuff, and it's okay to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're definitely not the a-hole for this.
Pick one. Knew it.
Okay.
Called it. Knew you'd choose that.
Sorry, I have to. Am I the a-hole for calling out my boyfriend on his alcoholism?
Alcoholism.
Sorry, I can't speak some more, so I'm so sorry. And getting mad after he promised me he wouldn't drink.
He did.
I'm so sorry if this isn't coherent.
Coherent.
It's okay.
Coherent.
It's okay if it's not. I'm sitting in the parking lot crying. So I, 18 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 21 male, for a little bit over 8 months, and he used to be a hardcore alcoholic.
Oh.
Sorry, I got the hiccups. Until we started dating, and he ended up barely drinking for months. Recently, he's starting to drink again, and every time it causes fights in our relationship, which he blames on me.
What?
So alcohol probably makes him want to fight.
Yeah.
I have been going through a really difficult time in my life because my grandma, who's my best friend, has recently been diagnosed with untreatable cancer and has just been told that she has weeks left, months, if she's lucky. I'm so sorry.
Sad.
If this is your story, I'm so sorry about your grandma. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm so sorry. My boyfriend's friends all love drinking, and they only seem to have a good time if alcohol is involved.
Of course.
Which I hear about it in stories he tells me from nights they go drinking. Today might finally have been my last straw. We had plans to go hang out with one of his two not alcoholic friends who actually like me and are nice to me, but then one of his other friends ended up tagging along last minute, so he left me to go hang out with them. And he promised me he wouldn't drink.
He did.
Not even an hour later, I get a call from him saying he is going to drink, and that kind of just set me off. Hey, that probably
He promised he wouldn't drink. He broke it.
Yeah, he did promise something, and he didn't keep that promise. And that's okay that you got set off. I asked why he always switches up on me, especially when alcohol is involved, and he tried to flip it around to being a me problem.
It's a him problem.
It is definitely a him problem. It's definitely not a you problem. It's a him problem. Which he tries doing at every argument. I told him that I'm tired of him lying about changing, and apologized for not being a good enough girlfriend to him to stick to keeping his promise of changing. He asked me if I can pick him up right now at 12, I'm guessing midnight. Now I'm just crying in this random parking lot until then because I'm too embarrassed to go home and tell my mom. I feel like I should leave him, but I just want to know if I'm good enough for him to change. I don't really know what to do with myself anymore. I hate starting over, but I don't know if I can stay with him any longer. Also, he's getting me a kitten, which we aren't picking up until sometime in July, and I might just break up with him after I get it.
Run.
Girl, okay, listen. Run, but hold on.
Run.
I do get it. Like, if you want to save him with that kitten, get that kitten and just run.
Take the kitten and run.
Because, like, listen, hey, girl, I don't blame you. That if there's a kitten involved, yeah.
Or someone said adopt your own kitten.
Listen, okay, or you could do that, but I feel like, I don't know. Did he adopt the kitten? That's my one question for that with the whole kitten thing. But no, you shouldn't stay in a relationship if he kept like, how many times has he promised you he'd quit drinking? That's another question.
Because it did say that he did stop drinking at first in the relationship, then he started again.
Yeah, so I hate when people do that. Don't make promises you can't keep, especially if you're in a relationship. I hate to say it. Don't say you're going to promise something and then not do it, because in that moment, I feel like anybody has a right to just pop off and be like, I can't. We're done. In a way. Like, I mean, but if you're married, I get it. Like, I'm married. My ring's like right here. But yeah, so say if I'd be mad if my husband said, okay, I'm going to promise you this, but he doesn't go through with that promise. Like, I would be upset. So you have every reason to be upset. Not that my husband ever breaks a promise. I'm just letting you guys know that now. Sorry, I'm going to say that now.
Hello.
But you're definitely not the a-hole, because you probably told him, like, he acts different when he does drink, and that's not okay. And it's definitely not your fault. It's a him problem. Like my daughter says, it is not a you problem. And I feel like he's narcissistic a little bit in that. If he always says, oh, it's you, like, you're the problem. No, he's the problem. And if he really wants to be in this relationship with you, then he needs to learn to really fix it and better himself. If he needs to do a 12-step program, any of that. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say therapy, that, but it's just like, seriously, don't make promises you can't keep, especially when it comes to alcohol or somebody's doing another substance abuse type thing.
Yeah, you can't say any of the other stuff.
Yeah, and it's just like, I feel like you need to run, to be honest. Girl, like, don't.
You still can.
Yeah, run like you say. But please don't put yourself down, because I feel like you can find somebody so much better, okay? Okay, but, girl, I'm giving this to you. But, yeah. Don't put yourself down over this, because it's definitely not you, and it's definitely not your fault, and you're definitely not the a-hole at all.
On the next one.
All right, go ahead.
Am I in the wrong for telling my friend his girlfriend might be a gold digger?
Okay, I need more context here.
My friend, 22 male, recently started dating a girl from Brazil while he lives in the U.S. He doesn't make much, just minimum wage. Saves what he can for pilot school. I can see where this is going. He's very frugal, but not cheap, especially with the people he loves. He'll tell you he's selfish, but as someone who's known him closely, I can say he's one of the most giving people I've met. He's now madly in love with this girl, so much so he's considering dropping everything to move to Brazil, maybe work there, and be with her. She's studying to become a doctor. At first, she said her family wasn't financially well off, but later admitted they weren't. Initially, she didn't want to leave Brazil. Now she's talking about moving to the U.S. with him after marriage. Huh? Important to note, my friend is very Christian. When he visited her in Brazil, she apparently sat him down and said, "As a man, I expect you to provide for me financially. I expect you to pay for everything when we go and take care of my needs. For me, my red flag alarms were blaring. I know my friend. He already does everything he can.
Yours, girl. Yours.
He can take on that. He can't take on that traditional provider role. He pays when he can. He gives generously. You know what I was saying. And you know what word I was trying to pronounce.
Explicit.
No.
Generosity.
Yeah.
Generosity.
And he
yeah.
never brags about it. So for her to say that explicitly felt transactional. I shared my thoughts with him, maybe a bit too bluntly. That sounds unnecessary and borderline transactional. Why did she feel the need to say that? He responded, well, you know I'm selfish, right? My girlfriend is basically fixing me. No, she ain't. I know for a fact that is 100% inaccurate because I know my friend is not selfish at all. In fact, he is the least selfish guy I've known. He's always offering to pay for food, and there have been times he has gone above and beyond, not just for me, but also other people in our friend group. Politically, we disagree. He leans right and I lean left, and I'm not white, but he's always treated me with deep love and respect, and he's always had enough reasons to show selfishness, but not...
I'm sorry. We're trying not to laugh reading this because we already know our opinion right now. So that's
but not
probably
once he has done it. On the contrary, he has supported me in ways I've never asked for, both emotionally and financially. He is, however, frugal, buying from clearance aisles. Okay, we already know he is. I'm sorry. Buying from clearance aisles, never using Uber, never buying things he doesn't need. Maybe saying things like, I can totally make that at home, or at a restaurant.
So basically, he's like a saver, kind of like thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a running joke at this point, not a whole negative trait. I told him, when you love someone, you're not checking boxes. You just want to be with them. The fact she laid out a list of her demands like that doesn't sit right with me. I could see his face turn pale. I instantly regretted saying it because he genuinely seems happy with her. This is his first serious relationship. I wonder if that's clouding his view or making him tolerate things he wouldn't otherwise. Maybe I overstepped, but as someone who cares deeply for him, it's hard to stay silent when something goes off. Curious what all you think. Did I cross the line or was I right to say something?
Girl, no, you did not cross no line because I feel like this girl is a gold digger and she wants...
It's a Mel.
Oh, okay. So I feel like this person is a gold digger. It's a Mel, okay? Because you can't just be like, this, and this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where can she be a person at? Like, just run. Tell her to run, like your friend or whatever, to run away from this person.
Someone did make a point, though. In some cultures, it is the expectation. I don't advocate for adults being dependent on others or unfair financial situations, but many people want their
significant other.
Yeah, significant other, my bad.
It's okay.
Significant other to pay their bills. That's what somebody said.
I know some cops should do that, but it's to a point, though. It's like we're in the 21st century. Like, like, I hate to say it, and I hate to be blunt like that, but I don't want to knock down cultures, but it's just like I feel like some people got to the point now in this world to where some people just want that one person to take care of stuff while the other person just
No, let's stay at that. Let's stay at that.
But that's just how I feel, you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
just, I feel like you're not the asshole because you're speaking how you feel, you know what I mean, to your friend, and you're just being honest with your friend, you know what I mean?
I feel like as long as you're honest with your friend, it's fine. I wouldn't really know if it's a cultural thing over there or anywhere else. I don't really know, so I'm not saying anything else on the matter. So no, I don't think OP is in the wrong.
No, I don't think she's in the wrong either. No, I really don't. But yeah. Oh, I got the hit.
Freeze!
Okay, here we go.
25 and 27. Oh, God.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not reading.
You saw how long that was, too.
This person was like, holy crap, it's like you have to read a book.
I can read the book. Don't worry.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Am I the a-hole for refusing to name our child after my mother-in-law? I, 29 female, am pregnant with our third child. With our first child, my husband, 28 male, and I agreed that if it was a girl, I would have more to say in the first name, and he would have more to say in the middle name, and vice versa if it was a boy. But overall,
let me see.
Overall, that's not what I was trying to say, but I kept saying it a different way. We both had to love the first and middle names, and it had to be 2 yeses in 1 no situation. Our first was a girl, so we agreed on my favorite name as the first name and a name that honored his heritage as the middle name.
Okay, that's good.
With our second, we found out that we were expecting another girl, and my husband started pushing for her to be named after his mom. My husband is a huge mommy's boy.
No!
I'm sorry. Every time somebody
No.
says that with
Not
these
the
stories,
mama's
because we do read these a lot with something like that, it's just like,
Not the
I'm so
mama's boy.
sorry. Sometimes to the point that it causes issues in our marriage. See, that's not okay.
Yeah, that's already,
yeah, that's
suspicious.
definitely not yeah. I feel bad for anybody who's dating a mama's boy, because I'm like, it is hard to become like to be in between him and his mom.
All right,
but there is boundaries you got to set. We have an incredible marriage. Truly, the only conflicts we've really ever have had to do with law issues. I have a great mother-in-law. Okay, well, she says she's great, so I'm not going to judge now.
The law
She's kind, generous, fun, and truly treats me like her own daughter. Although there are some boundary issues that we've had to work through, I really feel grateful to have her as my mother-in-law. However, I don't like her first or middle name at all, so I said no. But then he really started pushing it to the point that it made me start feeling resentment towards his mom, because it made me feel like he cared more about honoring, respecting, and loving his mom than he did his own wife. I never once suggested using my name or middle name, even though I suggested using his, because I truly can't think of a better person to honor than my husband. It hurts me, makes me feel jealous that he doesn't feel that way about me, but he does about his mom. He tried to compromise by asking her name to be the middle name, but I still don't even want that, because with the boundary issues I have in the past, I worry my mother-in-law will refer to the baby as her baby and not call the baby by her middle name, since it's her name. My husband thinks I'm being ridiculous and unfair because he's only asking for the middle name and not the first name. I said we could compromise and do 2 middle names.
Yeah.
My mom and his mom's name to honor both grandmas, but he didn't like that. So I ultimately picked the first name, and I picked the middle, and we both agreed on both names.
That's weird.
Now, to our third child, he's already starting to push his mom's name again if it's a girl, and we got into an argument about it today. Then he left me in tears because I told him how I felt, and he said I was ridiculous for feeling jealous and that I was manipulating the situation to get him to drop it.
What?
I love and respect my husband so much. He's my best friend. I really just say fine and cave to make him happy, but I truly fear like it will cause issues in our marriage and with my relationship with my mother-in-law down the road, and it's just not worth it to me. I don't understand why we can't pick names that we both love and want. Am I being unreasonable?
No.
I mean, you say no, but I kind of feel like yeah. Because if this is the third girl and he didn't have a son yet, like I
think it's weird. Or
see,
creepy.
No, I don't, because I had a name for my daughter. It was Riley Grace, and then my last name, which my maiden name was Belle. I wanted to give her something sentimental to me. I did want to give her my middle name, Anne, at some point, but then I just fell in love with like Riley Grace. But I feel like you should cave in a little bit, not throw resentment towards your mother-in-law, because unless your mother-in-law is just trying to put it in his ear, oh, do this,
I think she is
pushing it, then no, you're not the a-hole. But if she isn't and he's pushing the issue, maybe just, like you said, I know he doesn't like it, but just be like, can we honor it both ways? Because
he said no to that.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Then she's definitely not the a-hole, but in a way, it's just like, I kind of feel like he's upset, and he can be upset. But it's just because he's trying to honor his mom, because you never know how long grandparents are here. I'm just stating that now. And that's why I was named after my great aunt, because she was an amazing person. And you're saying your mother-in-law is an amazing person. Like, don't give it the first name, but if it's somehow you can fit a name and then his mom's whatever, like, you can somehow. But if they're both pushing the issue, then no.
That's what he's doing.
I feel like you're not the a-hole because you're expressing how you feel, but he's not really open to, like, dropping it either. And that's what I don't like, is don't push the issue, like, because that's like say if I got pregnant, me and my husband, even though we can't have a kid now, I would be open and discuss it with my husband and be like, we got to decide these names. You know what I mean? But in a way, I'm the type that I like honoring family names, but I get your point.
Oh, yeah, the babies all have his last name, too.
Oh, see, then no. If all the kids have his last name,
that's what I think is weird.
Then yeah, then you should be able to pick the names because they're honoring his last name and not your maiden name, I guess.
I feel like personally, I think it's creepy if you pushed it twice.
Yeah, you're like.
So I'd say she's not in the wrong at all, because if he's pushing it twice to have his mother's name, I think it's personally a little bit creepy that you'd want your child to be named after your mother-in-law completely, because why, for one? It's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, how many more children are you guys planning to have? You know what I mean? That's another thing, but also, like, he shouldn't push it every time you have a child. And if it's every time it's going to be a girl, like, he should not push it.
The screen froze. I gotta go back into it.
But yeah. I think we're going to do... Is this...
The screen froze completely.
Did I read that, or did you?
You did.
Okay, so we'll do one more with my daughter, and then get off. Personally,
I think it's just weird.
It is weird. I mean, because we both have our opinions. It's just like, if he is trying to like push it, like towards like an everyday or every other day talk, then, or if it's every time you get pregnant, then yeah, it's a little too much. You know what I mean?
Do you want me to read this one to them? Because I don't think we read this one to them.
No, but we did read that like,
alright,
off camera a little bit. But yeah, you can read that one.
Trying to find something. Am I in the wrong for asking my boyfriend to kick out his friends when I get home? This is a stupid thing to even talk about, but whatever. Basically, Dan, Mel 27, and I can hear you laughing. For the simple bag.
Because I can hear it, like how she's typing, like she's already done fed up, or this person's already done fed up.
Dan, male 27, and I, female 25, both work full-time. Dan and his friends, 4 guys, all late 20s, all work from home, and they like to meet up and hang out when they work. Great, happy for them. They'll rotate between their houses, meeting up for lunch, and kind of extending that into a post-work hangout. The thing is, all of his friends live alone. Dan and I live together. One of my biggest pet peeves is having random people in my house when I get home from work. I hate it so much. I just want to take my shoes off and relax. I can't do it after there's 4 dudes that I don't really know in my living room and kitchen. I spoke to Dan about potentially removing our house from the rotation, or at least taking his friends out around the time I get home. He said that was controlling, which maybe it is. I also said it wouldn't be fair to them to host every week and for him to just skate by. I get that, I do, but I feel like I'm a variable that isn't being accounted for here. Honestly, I'm conflicted. Edit for more info. The guys come over once a week usually, sometimes twice a week. They come over at noon, and they're here until 7 p.m. or so. I get home at 5:30-ish. So, am I in the wrong?
You said every week this happens? Like twice a week?
Once or twice a week. People are saying she's in the wrong.
But she's not, though.
Because they're saying it's his house, too.
It is his house, but there's boundaries if you're in a relationship, too. Because sometimes, as a woman, no offense, after you had a long day at work, you know what I mean? You want to be able to relax and not have to deal with people being at the house, you know what I mean? Like, he could take his friends out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I kind of feel like...
Especially if they're over there twice a week. One of those days that they're over there twice a week, one day he could take his friends out, and then the other day he can stay.
Yeah, if they're going like once or twice a week, it's like...
But, like, how long is, like you said, how long do they hang out for?
They come over at lunchtime until 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's a long time that he's hanging out with his friend, and he's hanging out with them for hours. You know what I mean?
So they're there for like.
So I feel like his friends need to respect her as well, though.
She comes home at 5:30. So when she's there, they're there for how many hours?
Like 5. She said 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hours. 8 hours.
That would be annoying.
It would, but like it make me look like I'm the asshole too. But no,
I don't feel like she is.
I have a feeling you don't, but I feel like if some of these people in the things are saying that you are an a-hole, maybe males, and that's why there's some of these are saying you're an a-hole. But personally, me, no, because like you said, all his friends are single. They need to go find girlfriends for real.
Well, I found one that you might enjoy reading because it's a kid. It's from a kid.
Okay, we'll read one more after this one, but I'm so sorry that it's so long and it's 40 minutes long, but we wanted to do one of these. Oh my god, I just feel like she's not the a-hole. That's how I'm gonna put it. I feel like you're not the a-hole because they need to respect your boundaries, but so does your boyfriend need to respect your boundaries. You two are in a relationship, his friends are single, and they need to get over it. I'm sorry, but they do.
I feel like this is something your siblings would do.
Alright, I do have siblings, so here. Is it just short? Okay, yeah. I guess this is one last short one.
Something Sean and Mike would do.
Do you want to read this together since it's going to be a lesson?
This, I can.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for snitching on my little brother because he said the F word? So yeah, this is basically me and my... Me and my brother's been snitching on each other all the time. Alright, so okay. So basically, I'm a tween. Oh, so there's a teenager in this. Okay, which means I'm almost in my teenage years. So you're like 11, 12. Okay. But still childish.
But one time.
Hold on. The way she wrote this. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's kind of funny.
But one time, my brother, me, and my cousin were watching a show, but my little brother said, "What the F?" And I ran to get my phone. Oh, she definitely snitching.
My cousin, 20 male.
No, said he would, but was joking. I told my mom about the situation, and my little brother talked to her. He said he wouldn't do it again. Oh,
I
God.
think this is funny.
But I'm not sure if I'm the a-hole. Because people under the age of 18 can't say the F word, the B word, A word, or any other type of profanity.
This poor kid.
Or swear word. Oh, and if you're wondering, this happened in the middle of the night around like 2 or 3 days ago, although I can't seem to remember.
Wait, if they can't say the A word, why did you say it in the text? Hold on.
Yeah, you did type it in the text. You could have went with a-hole, but you did kind of type it. Like, does that count, though?
Yeah, it counts.
But anywho, I can't seem to remember if I'm the a-hole. I'm probably shouldn't do that again. Okay, I gotta see.
How funny would it be if I said it counts?
I gotta... Is there comments? Can we?
Yeah, I'll tell you the comments.
We gotta see the.
You
comments.
are too young to be on the internet. Please return when you're 18.
You are too young. I hate to say it to be on Reddit.
Someone said people under 18 can't say any kind of profanity. Oh, on my life, you're so sheltered. Who on earth told you? Like,
wait, does the mom did your brother get in trouble for saying?
Yeah.
Because, okay, he did. Okay, because I didn't.
Someone said you're in the wrong.
You kind of are in a way. I mean, I used to do it too. As a teenagers, we do it like young.
I found the wrong comment. I found a wrong comment that they said to this kid.
Which one?
Not in the wrong. Your brother is going down.
One comment says, "Not the a-hole. Your brother's going straight to HE double hockey sticks. Try to save his soul while you still can." So that means
that's evil.
What that person means when he says that, guys. I'm sorry, but he was like, "Stop snitching."
What if I say? But you said one of the words.
You did say it and put it in a thing. But you like one of the commenters said. I mean, you are too young to be on Reddit, and you're on any other social media. You kind of are too young. But,
point it out or no.
But like, don't snitch. I mean, I get it, but in a way, if your brother's dropping it constantly, then yes, snitch. Like, that would be me. Like, I snitch on my brothers all the time. I shouldn't say
nothing. And again, he has more. Oh my
God. Oh dear God.
The kid curses.
So pretty much, okay.
You snitch on yourself?
Okay, so pretty much, okay, so you snitched on your brother a lot.
It's double-sided. The kid curses too. You can't act all innocent.
Okay, so do you tell your mom you curse though? That's the thing.
Yo, anybody know his mom?
Alright, so is she the butthead? Because I don't want to call her the whole.
Yeah.
Is she a butthead for snitching on her brother?
Yeah, I feel like it's double-sided.
It is double-sided because if you can say something in the comments and type it.
I feel like it's double-sided.
You should definitely let your mom know you cuss too.
I know you're a tween, okay? You're younger than me and all. But you typed it out not only on your post, but also on another subreddit.
Yeah, she's a teenager, but I don't allow her to cuss at all. Like, she knows better. Like, she'll be in a corner, knows better kind of situation. Okay, but is this us signing off now?
Yeah.
All right, let us know if you guys want to hear more stories, and I'll try to get her face in a video one of these times. But she wants to
be doing my hair. That's why.
But she's gonna surprise you because maybe they want to see your hair before though.
No, they can find out.
Okay, because she's gonna have her hair.
Oh, a spider. What? Just go ahead.
She's seen one outside the window.
No, it's not outside the window.
Oh, it isn't.
No.
Okay, it's fine.
Just go ahead.
Anywho,
You can get
I didn't know she wanted to say that on camera, but sorry guys. But I'll get it. I'll get it. It's a little tiny one. Oh my God, Bradley, you're fine. But anyway, if you want to hear more of these stories, let us know. But right now we're gonna sign off. If you liked us doing this, let us know, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.